Hello traders and welcome to a new day trading strategy video of mine. So in today's video we're going to be talking about not one indicator but a set of indicators and also a cryptocurrency screener that I'm not lying when I tell you it tells you when to buy and when to sell on every single pair and on every single coin there is and on any time frame you want. And it's free. And there's really no catch to this. I mean, I don't know why I'm making it seem like there's a catch. There's really not. So yeah, to get it, you go to Markets, Cryptocurrencies, and then hit Cryptocurrency Signal Finder on TradingView. And it might seem a bit overwhelming at first, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through each one of these so that when you're trading this on your own, you're going to be able to use this to the best of your ability. So let's begin. On the far left, we have the refresh. So I like to have manual because auto is going to lag your computer like crazy. So use manual probably, and then just hit that to refresh. Here are our columns. You can create a new column by hitting that. Here are the columns that they like to use. And you can, like change by whatever column you want. And then you have here, which is the time frame. So I get a lot of questions. I got a few questions about this, like what this means, the time interval. If this is the 1H, these numbers will be corresponding to the 1 hour. Or if this is the 15-minute, this will tell me how much change has occurred in the past 15 minutes. So here it is. So like in the past 15 minutes, I'm trying to look for one that makes sense. Like the XBT UTSC is down 0.27% and such. The hour it's down like this much, and so on. Yeah. So that's what you would look out for that. But it means something completely different when we talk about the indicators. So if I hit like oscillators and I'm on the 1 hourly, these RSI values are calculated based on the 1 hour period. If I hit 15-minute, these RSI values are going to be calculated based on the 15-minute period. Yeah. So let me go back to overview. This is for alerts. So if you want to add any alerts onto any of these indicators, you can. So not only does it tell you live, to buy or sell, but you can send an alert if you want to. Like if something crosses over an indicator, or if an EMA cross occurs on any coin, you can get alerts for that for every single coin there is. So like you could easily code in here if the 10 crosses over, if the EMA 10 crosses over the EMA 50, alert me. And I've done that before, and it's like you're gonna get 10 alerts per a minute, but that's one thing you can do as well, as you can see here. And to the right of alerts, you have sorting. So how do you want to sort these? You can look at gainers. You can look at ones that are going to all-time highs. You can look at ones that are going from monthly highs, monthly lows, very volatile. So like if I want to hit most volatile, then I could get things that are just insanely volatile in the past hour right here. As you can see with these crazy percents, you can see coins that are really not doing too well if you want to trade those. And you can also send alerts on based off these as well. Overbought, oversold, of course. Yeah. And then on the far right is probably the coolest thing, which is you can hit filters to filter. The second coolest thing, actually. You can hit filters to if you only want coins that have this. If you only want coins that have this amount of volume. If you only want coins that are strong buys, hit that. If you only want coins that have this amount of volume and so on, if you only have coins that blah, 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 yeah. So that's what you can do. The coolest thing here is column setup. Hit this, and you can actually pick whatever indicators you want. So I could hit Bollinger Bands. I could hit one of my favorites, which is the volume weighted moving average. I could hit my Williams percent. I could hit stochastics or whatever, and just add them onto here. All right, so let me walk through what exactly these mean, and then I'm going to end this video with how to build your own trading strategy with creating your own column. So overview just is exactly what it sounds like. It's going to just tell you the overview of what these coins are. The first thing that you want to do when you get to the site, and this is pretty important, is only select your exchange, of course. So let's say you trade on GDAX, also known as Coinbase, and you trade on Poloniex, like I do. I'm just going to select Poloniex and Coinbase. Done. And I'm only going to have 175 matches because I'm only picking the two exchanges that I trade on. Because you don't really want to be getting alerts, or signals for every single coin, even the ones that you can't really trade. So it's better to do it that way. So So this is just going to give you ratings. You can sort by ratings to find what's a strong buy. Like Dash Monero looks to be a really good buy right now. You can always refresh and see if that changes. And it did not. It's still a strong buy. Yeah, so that's what that is. Performance. So this is telling me what the performance has been for different types of time frames. So in the last week, this has gone up 8.6%. In the last month, it's gone down 15% performance per month. Last year, this has gone down 10%. Here's the volatility. And you can add other things if you want as well. Oscillators and trend following are probably the ones that are used by far the most. So what do these mean? So there are two different ways of trading. So oscillators is looking for overbought and oversold readings. So when something goes down too much and too many people have sold it, we can buy it at a very cheap price and then hope that it goes back up. And that's the way really you can get maximum profit by buying those dips. And what you can do with oscillators is hit this, and then you can only get strong buys or buys here, as you can see. And it'll tell you buy here. ADX looks pretty neutral, as you can see. My video on DMI, like ADX here looks like a good. You can scroll down to see others as well. The awesome oscillator, average to range, CCI, MACD, momentum, RSI, all of these. It'll tell you all those values, and it rates each of them as a buy or sell, and then it rates them and aggregates them to give you an oscillator overall rating, which is super helpful. And like, let's say I want to scalp, I want to active day trade. Let's go on the 15 minutes instead. So on the 15 minutes, which is going to be a lot quicker time frame, you can look at these as well. So like Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin looks like a good buy. It's got a good ADX. It looks like it's likely consolidating because it's below 25. The ADX is. It's got a good AO. The average to range. RSI is really neutral at 50, which doesn't really tell me much. And you go from there. So that's how you trade reversals or trade deep retracements. If you want to trade breakouts and if you want to trade trends, then you would hit trend following. And a lot of people like to use this in their own trading. So what you can do here is this is going to be simple moving averages, Bollinger Bands. You probably want to add exponentials as well. So let me just add, like, let's say the 20 and the 50, because those two can be kind of helpful. So I just added that. Cool. And then it'll tell you, based on all of those moving averages, is this a strong buy or a strong sell? And like, you can look here, and it's like, it's going to tell you that like Dash is a very good buy right now. Just looking at the SMAs look fantastic. Bollinger Bands are neutral, and the EMAs look fantastic as well. And if you want to go a little bit further with Dash, what you can do is do this. So Dash dollar, strong buy like we just saw, but let's head over to oscillators instead. Dash dollar and Dash to Monero both look like really good buys based on oscillator values as well. So that's oversold, overbought again. So these look to be oversold. And the trend following is telling you that Dash is a good buy. So, I mean, with both of those factors in mind, this that would be a pretty good buy. And let's just look, just for grins, to see what Dash is doing. And Dash looks pretty low right now and looks to, as the indicator said, to be a pretty good buy. It seems like there's a lot of profit potential as well. That will typically take traders, what I just did is typically going to take traders like 5 to 10 minutes, look at different time frames, to look on the hourly, look on the 15 minutes, look at how these are doing. But with the cryptocurrency signal finder, I can go on the hourly, I can go on the 1 day, I can get instant signals on the 15 minute, what this looks like. And I just really can't underscore how much time this saves you, and also how helpful this is. It gives you everything that you really need to trade. So like you would just buy Dash maybe. This is on the 1 hour. Let's go on the 5 minute. Maybe you could wait for a little bit of retracement, then buy, and then put a stop loss like down here, and put a take profit for whenever, like the rating changes from a strong buy to, let's say, a neutral, or changes from, strong buy to a sell. Then you would sell. And you could just trade based on that. I could just look at things that have a strong buy. And so that's how you use really the main 4 tabs. But let's do something kind of fun, which is creating our own. So we're going to create our own strategy. And there are a lot of different ways that we can trade, as you can probably know from my videos. A lot of different things you can do. Breakout trading, trend trading, reversal trading, and so on. Let's trade... And if you're going to use like something like reversal trading, you'd probably want to use oscillators like RSI to look for oversold bottoms and high volume. Breakouts, you probably want to look for like high volume and a low ADX or a rising ADX that shows you that a trend is emerging. But let's do trend trading. So there's trend following, but let's actually just do trend trading, which is basically buying retracements. So we just created our own column, and we have it here. So to begin our trend trading, we can kind of just pick our lineup, like in a way we're like picking our dream team here of indicators in a way. So if we're going to trade the trend, we do want to use simple moving averages. So let's just use like, let's say the 2050 SMAs. Let's use the 2050 EMAs as well. And that'll give us that good moving average value of both simple and exponential. And to go further, we have moving averages rating. That's fantastic. Let's get the overall rating, which is just under R right here. Perfect. That'll calculate everything together. I love the DI. The positive DI and the negative DI are really, really helpful. That's part of DMI and the ADX. Let's do that. Sweet, because that will help out a lot with trading trends. And really, usually the more indicators, the worse when you're trading on your own. But when you're trading with a cryptocurrency signal finder, you don't want to use a lot of indicators, but using like 10 is not a bad idea. In regular trading, that's a really bad idea. But with something like this that's going to aggregate values and tell you to buy or sell instantly, and then you can go in different time frames to do that, it's really not a bad idea to just put a lot of indicators onto your own kind of strategy. Let's use volume weighted moving average. I'm going to select volume because we have the moving average here. And anything else that we want to add to our trend trading setup, oscillators rating, why not? Let's put that one on there as well. Candlestick patterns, it even has that. That's so cool. I could put on candlestick patterns. Ishimoku, I know a lot of people love that one. Yeah, change percent is important. Okay, so I think we have a lot of indicators here, which is awesome. Let's now, let's reorganize them. So I'm going to put my oscillators rating over here, right next to moving averages, as you can see. Oscillator, moving average. My rating is right here. So this is the overall rating, like I had said. This is the moving average rating, and this is the oscillators rating. So let me just find the strong buys. And this is going to tell me all the strong buys based on all of these here. We have our change percent in the past 15 minutes. And yeah, so we just set up our first cryptocurrency screener. Sweet. And it really helps also if you know how to use these indicators and know what they mean, like the DIs. It'll really tell you really good signals because you can just scroll and just like look at all these and crunch the numbers and see what's a good buy and what might not be a good buy. So in the 15-minute, like let's say BCH BTC, looks like a very good buy. Let's look on the 1 hour. Let me just type it in. It might be a little bit easier. BCH BTC. Yep. And on the 1 hour, this still looks like a really good buy. So all of the indicators are telling me to buy on the 1 hour. As you can see here, the DIs are low, which is good, and the plus DI is above the negative DI. Maybe it just crossed over. And speaking of crossover, this is really cool. You can set alerts on this. So like let's say on the hourly, you want to find any, and I mentioned this before, but like let's say that you want to find when the green DI crosses above the negative DI, you want to be alerted on your phone, okay? Or alerted by email or whatever. Let's say crosses above just to be helpful. See that? I mean, we just got, this usually takes some traders like, oh, they're looking through a lot of coins, they're looking through a lot of ways that they can use this, but I just got that in like 5 seconds. I got values that just had the positive DI that just crossed above the negative DI, like BCH BTC on the hourly. Great. And I just coded that in. And I can also send an alert too, if I would want to. And so on. And like, let's say I want to get rid of that, then I could go to this button right here. I could hit, you know, like I could just get rid of this value. And we're back to normal. Yeah. I could look at, I could do, you can honestly do so many things with this. You could get an alert this way. So like, let's say if this crosses, like, you know, you enter a number and then you enter alert. Those are filters, by the way. So yeah, so a lot of things are saying that BCH BTC is a really good buy. Let's actually just take a look at that again on the 1 hour. Okay, so this is Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin, and it's actually trading at what looks to be about support and on very low volume. As you can see here, the decline had very, very small volume, meaning that when something has very, very small volume, that means that the next move on high volume will probably create a new trend. So this looks like honestly not a bad buy. I'm not telling you guys to buy Bitcoin Cash BTC, especially if you're watching this video a lot later. Then the market's probably already moved. But just looking at these, like looking at the strong buy, let's refresh that. You know how we rate this. That was labeled as a pretty good buy, especially on the 15-minute. I remember. Yeah, like Bitcoin Cash to Tether and Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin. Strong buy on here, strong buy, moving average, and it would be a buy on the oscillators. Buy. See how this? Just buy. And if we want to add more indicators, we can. Like let's say, I don't want to get too crazy here, but you know, like rate of change, a quick rate of change I could use. Okay. And then I would be able to see how quickly the rate of change was, and so on. RSI to maybe get some oversold over bot readings. Bitcoin Cash looks to be about neutral, which is fine. And you see the ratings already changed. The ratings change immediately when I start to put these indicators on because it's now calculating based on that new indicator. All right, so we just went into a deep dive into how to trade using the cryptocurrency signal finder. Yeah, I mean, I love this strategy. I love this way of trading. It's great. It's going to reduce your trading time a lot, so you're not staring at charts all day. B, you can set alerts if you want to, enable alert, you know, or you can also have alerts logged to see what alerts have been triggered. And those alerts can go to your phone or your email or on your computer monitor, like a pop-up over here. Those three things can happen. And then the best part of this is the free signals. It tells you strong buys and strong sells, like right here. You know, and if you can short, it would tell you like, hey, you probably want to sell this, or if you own any of this, you probably want to get out of it. You want different time frames. I mean, this thing is really helpful, and I'm really glad that I found it too. Yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then you can leave them below in the comments section below. But beyond that, have a great day. Thanks for watching.